Well, it was back in the 50s, 60s, and 70s. The now defunct Fort Hancock on Sandy Hook housed a secretive missile base that was armed with nuclear weapons.
And a group of veterans who served there are wrapping up their 20th season of leading public tours to tell a secret chapter of Cold War history.
News 12's Brian Donahue got a first-hand look.
He had his choice between a small nuke, which had a yield of 2 kilotons, or a large nuke, which could have a yield of either 40 kilotons or 20 kilotons. So, we had those three sizes here: small, medium, large.
Bill Jackson is showing me the inside of what was once a top secret corner of Cold War history. A trailer at the Fort Hancock Nike missile site on Sandy Hook, where an Army officer would sit at this control panel with the infamous button that could launch a nuclear missile.
Missile's designated for launch. It's ready for launch.
See, what none of us living here during the Cold War knew is that there were nuclear missile sites all over suburban New Jersey, part of a ring of defenses around New York City. Jackson was stationed as an Army sergeant at this one from 1969 to 72, then worked here 2 more years as a civilian technician. He couldn't even tell his wife what he was really doing at work.
You were monitored, and your behavior, your conduct, and everything else. Too much drinking, you're out of the program. Gambling, you're out of the program. Too many speeding tickets, you're out of the program because you're unreliable. And they could not have that, not men working around nuclear warheads.
The mission was to serve as a last line of defense in the event of a Soviet attack. The conventional Ajax missiles and the nuclear warhead-carrying Nikes were designed to intercept Soviet bombers who might fly down from the Arctic Circle and threaten cities on the East Coast.
So that the enemy bomber or bombers would be flying into that fireball and they would be incinerated.
During our tour, Jackson's stories pour forth of hot days and frigid nights packed into these trailers, of an adrenaline-fueled scramble the night Soviet bombers wandered a bit too close in 1971.
And I got a recall, had to come back from my home to the launching area. I had 30 minutes to make it. So I'm flying up Ocean Avenue.
I'd be lying if I said the hairs on the back of my neck weren't standing up, thinking about how while I was a baby asleep in my North Jersey crib, these guys were out here in the middle of the night watching for the start of World War III.
Good seeing you. Long time.
Jackson is one of a group of Nike vets who lead the nonprofit Fort Hancock Nike Volunteers Association, which works to rehabilitate the buildings and trailers and build displays here. And from spring to fall, Jackson and other Nike vets lead regular weekend tours for the public. That's their mission now, to tell the story they were once sworn to keep secret. I'm Brian Donahue. This is Positively New Jersey. Thanks, Bill.
You're welcome, Brian.
Well, we thank them all for their service. Thanks, Brian. The missile site will be open to the public one last time until spring, Saturday, November 12th.